today's video, I'm rebuilding the Boston Celtics with Walker Kessler. What it was, good YouTube, back with another 2K banger, man. Seems like the only hole in this Boston Celtics roster is the center position. And I read a few reports online that are saying they're very interested in Walker Kessler. So I got the trade in 2K right here. We will be sending over Sam Hauser, Kata, who is on a 1-year deal anyway. The Celtics would have to pay the man on the offseason. 1 first-round pick in 2027 and 2 second-round picks. You're getting in return Walker Kessler and Kevin Love just as a filler player, but it also gets Kevin Love out of that hell situation in Utah. So I'll welcome K-Love with open arms. Now, the Celtics in this scenario would end up having to probably extend Walker Kessler, and they could get it done because, you know, Brad Stevens in that front office, they're a bunch of wizards over there. They just get shit done, you feel me? So we're going to be doing this trade. Walker Kessler to the Celtics, building around this, hopefully get a few championships in this video, and let's accept the trade. Obviously, Tatum is injured in real life. I will not be playing Tatum in this first year because, you know, that's the whole point. Let me work on these minutes. I'll be right back. All right, so we're going to run something like this. It's going to be Peyton Pritchard the 1, Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Boucher, Walker Kessler, and then Ant Simons, Bayless Scheiman, Luka Garza, Jordan Walsh, and Josh Minot getting a few minutes off the bench. Their bench is absolutely terrible. I mean, and these are the best options that you got, bro. You feel me? I ain't playing Kevin Love. You know what? That being said, I'm low-key finna give Jaylen Brown 40 minutes a night, and I just am, bro. You feel me? So that being said, I do want to take a look at these shot tendencies, right? Jaylen Brown, I'm gonna kick him up to like a 93 shot tendency with a 90 touch tendency. Like, we're trying to get this man Jaylen Brown shots. You feel me? We're gonna try to make an MVP push for that man. Derek White, he needs to be taking more shots as well, especially in Tatum's absence. Same with Anthony Simons. Same with Peyton Pritchard, needs to be taking more shots. These 4 guys here need to be taking a lot of shots. As for Walker Kessler, you know, he gives them a true center going forward, a rim protecting center in the absence, obviously, of Porzingis and all them. So the guy can put in some work, hopefully. Besides that, no really pieces are in the long-term future. I would say even a player like Anthony Simons could get moved as well at some point. Maybe we'll look to move off of him at the trade deadline. You know, his asset could definitely be used in a different trade because the Celtics at this point, I don't think they need Anthony Simons. There's other holes on the Celtics team that they could trade Anthony Simons to get a better piece for, but for now, we'll just keep him around. And then as for the Walker Kessler extension, he's not eligible yet. If we can extend him in the middle of the season, I will. If not, we'll just do it at the end of the year. System proficiency is anything 4 stars. No, we're going to be rocking balance 3.5. And without further ado, let's get into it. All right, first game of the season is going to be a big time loss. You do see Jaylen Brown having a really big time game. I mean, if you're going to see JB average, like we're trying to have him average like 26 maybe, like he did that one season. He's off to a 30 in both game starts, so that's pretty dope. Now the team is going to be bad, and on the bright side is you do have your own first round pick this year. So if you are a bad team this year, which I assume the Celtics gonna be pretty mid, maybe not bad, but like a mid team, they're gonna have their own pick, which is very big time. The team looks really bad. Jaylen Brown is averaging 27, 6 and 5 on good efficiency too. So I mean, honestly, if this team wants to be bad, then that'd be honestly best case scenario is if the Celtics team is bad for us. But unfortunately, I do think they're probably gonna be a play-in team in the Eastern Conference. So 10 and 11, 20 games in is gonna unfortunately put us at the 6th seed. Peyton Pritchard off averaging 18 points per game. Jaylen Brown 26. So I mean, he's definitely doing his thing. Derek White is averaging 22 points a game on 50-40-81 split. So Derek White is most definitely hooping. Anthony Simons, I mean, Anthony Simons is really good in 2K. I mean, he's averaging 20 points on 52-40. I mean, he's shooting 50-40-90, right? So we'll go to the deadline. We'll see if we want to look to move on from Anthony Simons, because I definitely think he could definitely be a trade candidate piece in this first year. So we're at the deadline here, and we're about where we have been, 2 games under 500, which is fine. 24 and 26 is still going to put you in the play-in in the Eastern Conference. Jaylen Brown is averaging 27.5 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. So a career high in assists, a career high in points. So definitely happy with that. He's shooting 43% from 3, so that's good for Jaylen Brown. Derek White, stud. I mean, what can you say about him? 20 and 5. Anthony Simons, I will shop Anthony Simons trades. Like I said, Peyton Pritchard 17 and 6.7 assists, a career high for him, which is good. Walker Kessler, you brought him in here. He's averaging 13 and 11. So the guy's going to bang. He's going to get 2 blocks a game. That's what he does. Perfect fit for the Celtics. I really like him here. And hopefully he can upgrade a little bit too. Boucher and all these other guys I really don't care about. Bayless Scheiman's maybe a guy we can look to have in the rotation. 2K has Bayless Scheiman not taking threes, and that's literally what Bayless Scheiman does. Bayless Scheiman has not attempted a 3 on the season. 2K is such a bad game. I mean, the guy is a sniper. What's his shot tendency from 3? Because this is why I do rebuilds for y'all, man, to find what the is wrong with 2K. Why does Bayless Scheiman have a 2 shot tendency from 3? We'll change that to like a 65, 70, whatever, bro. I mean, that's crazy. Now this rebuild is gonna be like semi-realistic, I would say. Not like super over-realistic, but so a team that could use maybe Anthony Simons at the deadline, because we're not doing shit this first year, right? Look at a team like a Miami Heat, maybe like the Magic or something. Definitely want to try to get a first-round pick. I mean, you can go and just throw him in the trade finder like off rip. Like $27 million is a lot of money, man. You can bring Drew back. Yeah, let's do the trade that we just did. I mean, if any team's willing to offer me a pick, I would be all for that. I ain't gonna lie. All right, so like if I could go and talk to a team like the Wizards who would give me back, like, would they say Corey Kispert? Give me Corey Kispert and like 2 bad first-round picks. Like, I would 100% take that. I give you a second-round pick. They really want a first, man. What about I just do 1 first-round pick? Corey Kispert and a first-round pick. They still want that first back, bro. I don't want Julian Champagnie, the weak ass. Can you take on another player? Like, I'll give you Luka Garza. Nah, they can't, man. The only team offering me a first-round pick is the Bucks with Kyle Kuzma, and I definitely think this is a fine. I think this is a good fit, honestly, for the Bucks to get Anthony Simons on the team. And I honestly don't mind taking Kuzma's contract. I mean, it's 2 years, 22, which is kind of steep. I don't want to take on that money, but I could just look to move him in the offseason again. I do want this first-round pick. Can we do this straight up? They want Chris Boucher. I'll give you a second-round pick. Chris Boucher. I really honestly don't want to trade Chris Boucher. I do kind of like Chris Boucher. Let's get this done with like Xavier Tillman. They really want Chris Boucher. All right, you know what? I'm going to do this deal. You get another draft pick in this upcoming draft, right? You get 2026 swap worst, Milwaukee, New Orleans. So whoever's worst out of Milwaukee or New Orleans, you get that pick. You get Kuzma, who again we can look to move off of in the offseason. So I'm fine with this, just in the fact that we're getting a first-round pick. So let's do this deal at the deadline, moving off Anthony Simons, and we'll get it done. Like I said, we do acquire that first-round pick, which is really, really good. So now we have 2 in this upcoming free agent or first upcoming class. Contract extensions. We still cannot extend Walker Kessler, so I'm just gonna sign him in the offseason. You know, was that the best trade possible for Anthony Simons? Probably not. But you know, it's not the worst one either. I assume we do have a Jaylen Brown All-Star game. Yes, we do. Okay. All right, coming up to the end of the season, we have 3 games left. Loss, and we do win. All right, so we finished 40-42. Jokic wins MVP. Cooper Flag wins Rookie of the Year. Russell Westbrook wins 6th man. Wemby, Depoy, Alex Sarr most improved. Jalen Brunson clutch player, and Mark Daigneault and the Thunder win Coach of the Year. Take a look at the All-NBA teams. Cade made All-NBA first team, so that's lit. LeBron still there. Do we have any Celtics? Jaylen Brown does make All-NBA third team in the absence of Jason Tatum. He averaged 28 points, 6 rebounds, and 4.5 assists. Steal and a half a game. 50-44, 73 splits. So overall good season from Jaylen Brown. Walker Kessler does make all defensive second team too, so you immediately see an impact from him. 13 and 11, 2.5 blocks a game. He's very solid. And the Celtics did make the plan. Okay, we did finish a 7 seed, so hopefully we do lose here. As for New Orleans and Milwaukee, Milwaukee is a play-in team as well, so they're 31 wins. New Orleans 38 wins. So this is going to be going to the Bucks. If the Bucks do miss the playoffs, we will get that pick. Okay, so they want to bring Tatum back. I'm going to be keeping Tatum out because I do want to miss the playoffs, low-key. Let's hope and pray that we do lose in the play-in game. We win the first game and we do make the playoffs. Final look at season stats. If you want to take a brief look at it one more time, you saw White, Pritchard, Kessler, Kuzma. All right, game number 1 is going to go to the Boston Celtics. You know what? I feel kind of grimy having Tatum back though. I ain't gonna lie. Like something's kind of tugging at me not to play him. I feel like that's kind of whack. Like he tore his Achilles, bro. He's not going to be playing. I keep going back and forth on this. All right, we're not going to be playing him. All right, game 2, we do lose. Like I expect that. I mean, the Celtics team would not be able to beat the Pistons in round 1. We're down 3-1. We do lose in 5 games. All right, I think that's more realistic. That would get done. Let's be real. Let's get Tatum back after the full offseason. He'll have another whole offseason to kind of chill, and we can get him fully ramped up for year number 2. The Knicks win the NBA Finals. Jalen Brunson does win Finals MVP. All right, let's get into this offseason of year number 2. We got to talk about this draft lottery situation. So we obviously don't have our lottery pick because we did make the playoffs, but that New Orleans pick does end up being 11, so we will have a top 15 pick regardless. Let's see if we jump up at all, and it drops to 15. Okay, that's not great. And then we also have pick 16. So we have pick 15 and 16 this draft. I mean, you could definitely look to trade up. You could definitely also look to just draft 2 players here because your bench is pretty trash. So I think the right move would be to draft 2 guys. So let's see who's there at our picks. You know, honestly, we could use anything. Darius DeCuff, I think, would be a great point guard option for this team. I really like that a lot. There's a lot of point guards on the board though. I think I'm just going to draft Darius DeCuff without even thinking about it as one of these picks. 6'3" point guard out of Arkansas. And then we'll just grab a like this nice little like wing here maybe. I'll grab this Axel guy, Lance Berger. You know what I mean? 6'10", 23 years old out of Michigan. We'll draft him. So we get a point guard and we get a power forward. Both 75 overall, so that is pretty solid. Pick up the option on Baylor Shireman. Walker Kessler is going to get the qualifying, but I will look to sign him if I can. So Kessler, how much does he want? You know what I mean? He wants $20 million a year. I think if I can get this to 19, I would be happy with this. $19 million for Walker Kessler. Kessler. Hopefully he accepts this, and he does. 4 years, 87 million for Walker Kessler, I think is a really good deal. We'll get him back as our center of the future. Now, if you take a look at our team, you're looking at Tatum, who's going to be coming back full strength, Jaylen Brown, Derek White, Peyton Pritchard. So you got your championship core team locked in, ready to go again. And then you got Walker Kessler here. I definitely look to want to move on from Kyle Kuzma, and then you have the rookies. We do have a mid-level exception that I probably will be using on Isaiah Joe here, just because I think he's the best player available. So I'll sign Isaiah Joe off the bench. So now you have your point guard situation. I'm fine with playing Darius Cuff. Shooting guard situation looks good. Small forward situation we need to work on, and we need a better backup center. So let's try to get that done. You know, Nick Richards can be that guy. Maybe we'll sign him. I'll also bring in Chris Dunn here is available to get signed, and hopefully we get him, and we do. I'll grab another center here. Maybe we could throw Zach Collins a deal too on a minimum, and we'll pick him up. All right, so let's look to move on from Kyle Kuzma because we really don't need him. So Kuzma, honestly, I'd be willing to move on from Jordan Walsh at this point. I would take something like a Max Strus as a big time backup upgrade. So let's do this deal for Max Strus for Kyle Kuzma. Low key, is there a way I could just swap them? And we can. So we swap Kyle Kuzma for Max Strus. I like that a lot. LeBron signs with the Wizards. Any new signings here? Austin Reeves joins the Harden and the Clippers. John Collins goes to the Kings. Okay. All right, play progression here. Tatum goes back up. He's fully healthy. He's ready to go. Kessler does jump up by 3, which is a good sign. As for the rest of the team, everyone's in their prime, so no one really upgrades or decreases or anything like that. So let's get into year 2 with a fully healthy Celtics lineup and see if this team can pop. Get back to that championship level team that they were. So, because like this is what we were all like really building for. Tatum goes out, you retool the season, you get two first-round picks. So now you're walking out of the starting line. You got Pritchard, White, Jaylen Brown, Tatum, Kessler, good to go. Isaiah Joe, Max Strus, Nick Richards, Chris Dunn off the bench, which I honestly think that's a nice veteran bench as well. And then we're gonna play a few extra guys here. I want to get these rookies in there as well. So Zach Collins not gonna play. I definitely want a Darius Cuff to get in there at some point. We'll go 10 minutes to each of the bench guys for now, and then probably cut them out of the rotation at some point during the season. Tatum's gonna get about 33. We'll go about 32 to Jaylen Brown, 29 there. We'll go 30 to Derek White, something like that. All right, bet. System Pro looking like 4.5 stars balanced. So you're back up on top as a top team, hopefully. First game of the season is a big time loss. We do get back on track with the second win right there. Jason Tatum back to his self, 34 points per game. Another win back to back. So we'll see what this team can do. I expect to be probably a top 6 seed, hopefully. I mean, if we're not, that'd be pretty disappointing. But I think we will be putting up 150. Looks like our offense is very, very dynamic right now. I mean, we did beat some bad teams here, but that being said, still putting up 130 points. And there's Anthony Simons on the Milwaukee Bucks. So shout out Anthony Simons. Tatum starting the season 26 points per game. Jaylen Brown points are down, but obviously he's still going to be so super efficient. And yeah, let's keep pushing on. All right, starting the season off very, very good. You are 14-7, which is going to put us at the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. A great sign for things to come. I'm gonna see how boys at the trade deadline. Deadline is here. We're 36-15, so a lot better than I thought this team would be. We are still the 1 seed in the East, 3 games up on Detroit. So you're looking like it's OKC. We're looking like we're going to be favorites coming out of the East, back on top of the NBA once again. Starting 5 looks absolutely good. This bench mob has apparently been just hooping. Let's take a look at stats on the year. Tatum 25, 6-6, so really good season out of Tatum. 50, 40, 82 splits. Jaylen Brown 23, 5-5, really good out of Jaylen Brown again. Derek White, points are down, but he's still really efficient. Pritchard, same thing, points are down, but he's still really efficient. Walker Kessler, walking double-double once again, 2 blocks a game. Max Strus shooting 43% from 3 off the bench. Isaiah Joe shooting 43% from 3 off the bench. These guys are just great pieces to have, especially on the Celtics team. I mean, they're like perfect fits. As for the rookies go, Darius Cuff 6 points. Honestly, not bad. I mean, 84% from the line as a rookie. Not bad season from Darius Cuff. Landsberger, dude, not bad either. So you're getting these 2 guys in here. Nick Richards, not bad either. So I am going to be cutting this probably down to 10, maybe even 9 for the playoffs or for the rest of the season, because you really want to ramp them up. We'll go 9. Is there any trades we need to make, right? Do we think this team is good enough to win the finals? Now, maybe if you bump Chris Dunn out, you do look to do something like this where you package together Chris Dunn and Nick Richards here at the deadline and look to get that upgrade at a power forward center position, maybe if there is one available. If not, though, we just hold it like Jackson Hayes or Mitchell Robinson. But would I be willing to move on? I definitely think a backup upgraded center would be big time for this team, like kind of just ensuring a championship. I guess I mean I would try to trade for Mitchell Robinson, right? I mean, if they want to, like they value Zach Collins at 2 stars, which is kind of dope. They would want a first round pick. I'm not really going for all that. I would give you Chris Dunn, Zach Collins, and Chris Dunn for Mitchell Robinson straight up. They're going to accept that. So we get that done without even having to give up Nick Richards as well. So Mitchell Robinson is going to come in here off the bench for us, which is just just a more of an upgrade. Now we don't really need Nick Richards to get in the rotation. We can cut this down to 9 and give those minutes to Darius Cuff, which is perfect. I like that a lot. That's going to be our 9-man going forward. We get Mitchell Robinson in there off the bench, who's going to be a solid piece. And yeah, that's our rotation for the end of the year. As for contract extensions, I can extend Peyton Pritchard 2 years, 15 million. We will do that. We'll get that money down to 14 and he'll accept that. Max Strus, I'll give him a 2-year contract. We'll go about 3.41. So we get Strus back. Jordan Walsh, I'm good off of you, bro. And that's going to be it for the rest of the season. So apparently this just pushed the Celtics team over the top, as you are still yet to lose. You beat the Pelicans by 40 something. Tatum drops 40 and 15. So, I mean, this Celtics team looks like they are going to just be able to win a championship this year, as you are still undefeated since the trade deadline. And there's our first loss, and it comes to the Utah Jazz. Okay. Jokic goes back-to-back MVPs. Darren Peterson wins Rookie of the Year. He also wins 6th Man of the Year. Victor Wembanyama wins Depoy. Cooper Flag wins Most Improved Player. Steph Curry wins Clutch Player of the Year. Joe Mazzulla wins Coach of the Year. So you go from a 7-seed play-in team, 41 wins, to 61 and 21 Coach of the Year. All-NBA first team, you do have Tatum on second team, making it 27, 7, and 6. 50, 46, 83 splits for JT. Tatum's back to being that all-world player, and all defensive teams once again. Standings, you saw 61 and 21, 4 games up on Detroit, who did win 57 games. So we do have to watch out for Detroit just a little bit, I would say. Final look at stats on the year, if you were curious: Tatum, Brown, Pritchard, Derek White, 17 points per game for 4 guys. Kessler, Strus, and then the rest of the guys here. As for team stats, you're looking at the best offense in the NBA. 130 points per game for the Celtics team. Defense coming in here at a top 7 defense, 115 a game. And you have the best point differential in the NBA, 14.6 point differential. So you're the best team in the league. You have the Toronto Raptors in the first round of the playoffs. Fred VanVleet back from the ACL injury as well. I think this should be a breeze of a series for the Boston Celtics. Game 1 does go to them. We should get our first playoff series victory in the video, and we get it done right there. We are able to sweep the Toronto Raptors. All right, now going into the rest of the playoffs, I will cut this down to an 8-man because this is where shit gets really important. New York in round 2 is very important series. Got to get our revenge. Celtics got to get their revenge with the fully healthy Tatum now. We got to get it done. 30 and 10 for Tatum in his first game, 29 for Pritchard. Game 2 does go to the New York Knicks. They lose by 2 points. Jalen Brunson drops 40. You know, I'll sim game 3, and then I'll see if I want to put Derek White on Jalen Brunson. Let's sim this game 3. It does go to the Boston Celtics. Brunson does go off, but it's just not enough. Can we get game number 4 as well? No, we cannot. All right, big time game 5 here. I mean, this is an absolutely massive game 5, and it is going to go to the Boston Celtics. Jaylen Brown, 42 and 10. Really good game from JB. And I will simcast game 6 and game 7s in this video. So if you can get out of here in 6 games, make my life nice and easy. We have a big time lead going into the 4th, 10-point lead. And just hold this, and we should be going out nice and beautiful. And they did bring it back with 40 seconds left. All right, I'll jump in. Ball in here to Peyton Pritchard. Peyton Pritchard over to Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum with the ball. Jason Tatum on Gershon Yabusele. Gershon. Jaylen Brown with the hook, and it is no good. Okay. Jalen Brunson, step back. Not going to take the shot. Kicks it over to OG for 3. OG misses it, and that should be the game. On to the conference finals to play the Atlanta Hawks, 6-seeded Atlanta Hawks, who have a good-looking lineup, man. You know, if there's a team to kind of give the Celtics problems, and they have in the past, when they had DeJounte Murray, the Hawks gave the Celtics problems. Even without DeJounte Murray, the Hawks were always a tough matchup for the Boston Celtics. Game 1 is going to go to the Celtics. That being said, 36 for Tatum, trying to get back to the NBA Finals. They're up 2-0, and they should pretty easily go up 3-0 here, and they're going to sweep the Atlanta Hawks in the conference finals. So a pretty walk in the park series to go on and play who else but the Dallas Mavericks. Tatum wins Eastern Conference Finals MVP. 6-seeded Dallas Mavericks with Kyrie, Flag, and Anthony Davis. You know how good this team is. How many games did they win? They won 47 games. So you are 14 games better than this Mavericks team. I mean, there is no reason you should lose this series, but at the end of the day, it is the Dallas Mavericks. Game 1 is going to go to the Mavericks. That being said, you lose by 30 points. Anthony Davis absolutely fries you. That is not good. Big time game 2 here. Does go to the Boston Celtics. 31 and 10 for Tatum. 20s across the board for all the guys. You win by 2. This is a series where I will 1000% be putting Derek White on Kyrie Irving. D White going on Kyrie Irving. Game number 3 is going to go to the Boston Celtics. Kyrie kind of does not struggle in that game. 27 and 12. Tatum and Brown are doing vintage Tatum and Brown things. Game number 4 is going to go up 3-1 to the Boston Celtics, and we should be getting out of here in 5 games with a victory, and we do. Celtics are back on top of the NBA. You take a year off and you go get another championship, and they come back and get it done. And guess who wins Finals MVP? It's going to be Jason Tatum for the first time. Finally gets his Finals MVP. 32, 6 and 4, 2.5 steals for JT. So Tatum, after all the talk, finally gets his Finals MVP award, and you can say without a doubt it went to him. And Jaylen Brown still had a really good NBA Finals, but Tatum just averaged 30. Too much for him, too much. So two championships in the past 5 years for the Boston Celtics team. Let's see if we can go back-to-back in year number 3. LeBron does retire on the Washington Wizards, so still a very interesting decision by LeBron to go to Washington. Maybe he was running for office over there. I don't know. The Rockets have picks 4 and 5. The Celtics do not have a first-round pick in this draft, I do not think. Yeah, no first-round picks in this class, so you're really just running it back with the same exact team. What's our cap space looking like? We have enough to sign somebody small contract. You got your point guard situation. You got your shooting guards good. Small forwards are good. Power forwards are good. Honestly, you just need a backup center and we're good to go. And I think that can be like a sign and trade with like Dylan Brooks or something. We'll give him as much money as we can and we'll bring him back to the team. I'm not going to be bringing back some of these other guys. I'm not bringing back Walsh. I'm not bringing back Baylor Shireman. I mean, like those guys' times they're all past now. It's time to let go of the rookies who are not really good. We have 2 new rookies in here and a cuff in this Landsberg guy who we're definitely going to upgrade a little bit. All right, so we'll trade Dylan Brooks because we don't need him. We do need a center though. Or we could go grab Daniel Gafford in the first-round pick. You would have to trade Isaiah Joe, which would hurt, but getting Gafford as a backup big would just be so phenomenal for the Celtics team, and I think that's the trade I want to do. I hate trading Isaiah Joe because he came off such a good year for us last year, but I think you're able to get Gafford here, and I don't even think you'd think about that. So we're going to be getting Daniel Gafford in the first-round pick in this offseason. So you got your center position nice and locked in, ready to go. You do need a backup shooting guard now, and that could come with another sign-in trade maybe. Looking for any type of shooting guard here. You could try to grab Dominique Clifford here and hope that he progresses. He did have a good season. His per 36 numbers were solid. We could take a flyer on Dominique Clifford. Yeah, why not? Let's take a flyer on Dominique Clifford. You swap first-round picks, take a flyer on Dominique Clifford, sure. If we need to upgrade that shooting guard position, we will. Jokic signed to the Brooklyn Nets. That's certainly a decision from him. Donovan Mitchell goes to the Golden State Warriors, so some pretty interesting stuff here. Dame also goes to the Wizards, so what's up with all these guys going to the Wizards? Derek Lively leaves the Mavs and he goes to the Warriors as well. Jimmy goes to the Wizards to pair up with Dame, so this is some weird shit going on. All right, player progression. You do see Tatum dropping by 1. Jaylen Brown does go up 2 to a 90 overall. Pritchard goes up again. Darius a cuff. I'm so glad we picked him up. He goes up 6. This Axel guy does not really get better, so that's kind of unfortunate. Neither does Dominique Clifford, so that's not great, but Darius the Cuff going up 6 is really, really nice. All right, so you take a look at this starting lineup is going to be Peyton Pritchard, Derek White, so same kind of thing. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Kessler, you still got the same 5. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This time you got a cuff as that 6-man Daniel Gafford. Strus is still going to be here. We're going to look to move on from Schroeder because I don't need Dennis Schroeder at this point now. So you're looking for that shooting guard option. Tori Yesufu hasn't played meaningful minutes. He is only 21 years old, so I could definitely swing that. You know what? Yeah, let's do this. Oh, to Tamar Bates. You know what? Let's grab the Tori Yesufu. Haven't got him. Young guy, still could get better, and we need a shooting guard, and we get another first-round pick on top of it. So let's get that trade done. You know, building on some of these young guys. I like that a lot. So let's go 9-man, or let's go 10-man, actually. So off the bench, you're going to have a Cuff, Gafford, Strus, Tesafu, Yesufu, Dominique Clifford, or Axel Landsberg as that last spot. So, you know, I don't hate that. And look, the Celtics even brought back Grant Williams to the squad, so that's dope. All right, System Pro, you're looking at 4.5 stars balance once again, and I expect to see another big-time record for this team, another top 3 seed. Hopefully, you'll be in this season. I think it could get a lot better, but I mean, as you can see, to start the season, it's not really mattering. This team is still looks absolutely phenomenal. You start the season 16-4. You're going to be the 1 seed in the East. And again, let's go to the deadline and see how boys there. All right, another year, another trade deadline where you're even better than you were last year's trade deadline. You're 42-11. Now the Hawks are up there with a 40-win team at the deadline as well, but it's really just you and the Hawks, and everybody else kind of just fell off. So is this team good enough? Again, I'll ask the question again. Is this team good enough to win the finals, go back-to-back? I think it should be. We are again going to cut it down to 9 for the second half of the year, and I will check stats to kind of see what's going on. Tatum and Brown still absolutely doing their thing. I mean, no drop off at all for these two guys. They got to lead you. Derek White still 18 points. I mean, the guy gets better as he gets older. He's 33. He's still putting up these type of numbers. Pritchard 15 points, still doing his thing. Darius Cuff in his full-time season, not efficient at all, but he's averaging 8 assists. That's a really big jump, bro. From 1 assist to 8 is crazy. Walker Kessler still doing his thing. Strus still shooting 43% from 3. As long as Strus is being efficient, he's going to stay here. Daniel Gafford, again, solid. And then Axel's not bad either. As for team stats, you do have the best offense still. You have the top 3 defense, and you have the best point differential, only by a point. This Atlanta team is really, really good. So we're going to extend Jaylen Brown, get these guys back under contract for us. We're extend Derek White 3 years, get these all guys locked in, loaded. I'm going to give Daniel Gafford his money too. Max Strus wants a minimum. I'll give him that. Just run it back with the same roster. Keep signing the guys. We do have a big game coming up here against the Atlanta Hawks on March 3rd. So this is a big time showing to see if we can't beat them. And we do beat them by 10. So that's good. All right. Another year, another Jokic MVP, this time on a different team. He wins on the Brooklyn Nets. Tyron Stokes Rookie of the Year. Dash Daniels 6th Man of the Year. Wemby wins another Depoy. Hansen Young was most improved on the Jazz. LaMelo clutch player. And yeah, the Hawks ended up winning 66 games. So they overtook us for the 1 seed. So that's kind of scary, bro. I'm not going to lie to you. We are the 2 seed though, that being said. And we still did win 60 games. So we had the same record as last year. Just the Hawks are just amazing. So, and then one more brief look at stats if you were curious, you wanted to take a look at it again. All right, we got to figure this out, man. I assume we're going to see the Atlanta Hawks in the conference finals, and we got to make it work from there. Round 1 against Brooklyn, not really too worried about this Brooklyn team at all. They do have Jokic, and that is a little concerning, but it's literally just Jokic, unfortunately. So we should be making this a quick and easy series, 3-1, and we should be getting out of here in 5 when we do. So Jokic gets 1 game on us. I mean, the guy is Jokic, so that's fine. The Hawks also did sweep Orlando too. We have Detroit in the the semifinals. They have the same looking team. They have a 72 overall Bradley Beal. So shout out Bradley Beal is absolutely garbage in this timeline. Tatum starts it off by dropping 40. Another 45-point game from Jaylen Brown. He hit 9 threes in that one. 3-1 here, which should be getting out of here in 5 again, and we do. Back in the NBA Finals, and look at that. The Atlanta Hawks are about to get eliminated by the Cleveland Cavaliers, and please tell me they're going to lose. And they lose in 5. So the 66-win team gets dropped off by a 42-win Cavs team. And that makes my life so much easier, as we should be going to the NBA Finals just like that. They're starting Tyrese Proctor and Jalen Tyson in the starting lineup. So no more Donovan Mitchell, and the Cavs are still in the NBA Finals, or the Conference Finals. Unfortunately, that does not help them at all, as we're going to be probably sweeping this Cavs team, and we do. Back in the NBA Finals just like that. I mean, an absolute crazy playoff so far for the Celtics team, and we're playing the Spurs. Jaylen Brown wins Eastern Conference Finals MVP. The Spurs won 49 games, so you avoid having to play the 66-win Houston Rockets or even the 56-win Minnesota Timberwolves. You're playing a 49-win team. Going into this NBA Finals, you got a bunch of players playing really, really good basketball, and we should be able to get back-to-back championships here for this Celtics team. De'Aaron Fox, Steph Castle, Carter Bryant, Taylor Hendricks, and Victor Wembanyama. They got Dylan Harper off the bench. They did knock off Houston and OKC. All right, game number 1 does go to us, though. We do get it done. Jaylen Brown starts off by dropping 40. He said, I want my own Finals MVP again. They're going to duke it out to see who gets it done. Game 2 does go to the San Antonio Spurs. We'll lose by 10 points. Okay, game number 3 does go to the Celtics again. Jaylen Brown, another 29 and 9-point game. Tatum dropped 17 rebounds, though. Game number 4 does go to, okay, Spurs do get game 4. All right, this is a series now. Huge game 5. I mean, this is a massive game 5 here. It does go to the Boston Celtics, and we will simcast game 6. All right, so you got 2 games to win 1. You got to win 1 out of the next 2 to win the NBA Finals. I feel pretty confident in their ability to do that. One of these games should be really close. It looks like this is going to be the game that's really close. 8-point game. Can we pull away in the 4th quarter? And we are going to do just that. We end up pulling away in the 4th quarter with the last few minutes left. We win by 16 points right there, and we win 2 finals back-to-back. Jason Tatum wins another finals MVP, 29, 11, and 7. You thought it was going to go to Jaylen Brown. I low-key thought it was going to go to Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown averaged 33 in the NBA Finals. You got to give that trophy to JB, man. 33, 6, and 6. Or 20 or 30, 11 and 7. I mean, you let me know in the comments down below who you think should have won Finals MVP between these two. So that's 2 championships, or that's 3 championships in 5 years for the Boston Celtics. I mean, getting back on top of the NBA for sure. At this point, I say we just go until we lose. I mean, I was gonna stop it after 5 years, but let's just go until we lose, man. I mean, you got to think. I mean, this team is playing so good right now. Draft lottery. I don't think we have any picks here. Just quick scan through, and we do have pick 28. All right, so pick 28 here. I'm gonna just get to let the auto CPU simulated. Sure, it's an auto-generated class. This guy's an 86 overall auto-generated a class, right? 86 overall rookie. What is it? I don't even know. It is the best rookie of all time. Yo, I don't think I've ever seen that 86 overall coming in here at the first pick. That's insane. This guy's about to be the best player in the league. I expect Derek White to regress in this offseason. I mean, he is 34. Maybe he won't. I don't know. You got our point guard situation good. We still need that backup shooting guard. I think we need to look to get a backup better small forward, because Strus will regress here, and we do need a backup power forward. If Isaiah Joe wants to come back to the team, I mean, don't mind if I do, my boy. Don't mind if I do. I need a small forward here. I think Ayo Dosunmu can be that for us for sure. We're going to grab, wait, actually, we can't grab both of them, unfortunately. We can't get Isaiah Joe, so I will get the next best thing, and that's Nickeil Alexander-Walker, hopefully. Can he sign? And he does. We need another better backup for Santi Aldama, please sign here, and he does. And I will bring our Axel dude back. Never mind, he leaves us. All right. I will also look to bring back Dominique Clifford, and then we can sign Tristan Vucevic. Sure. Okay. All right, let's go to play progression in this year 4 season. Any new signings anywhere? Luka Towns goes to the Blazers. All right, play progression. Let's see what it looks like. Does D White regress at all? And yeah, he does. Okay, so D White drops by 3. That's fine. We might have to look to trade him in this year. Darius Cuff is going to be that new star starting point guard for us, so I'm really happy we hit on this pick. He goes up by 5, goes into an 86. So you got a top 4. Pritchard going to be probably back to the 6-man role. Kessler gets worse. Torias Food does go up by 2. So you're gonna have the same looking rotation going into next year. So maybe I think you could look at doing in this mid-season, maybe at the trade deadline mark, depending on how we're playing, is you could look to maybe package together Derek White and Peyton Pritchard to try to get that superstar at a certain position before Derek White really does regress. But I think this is like our last ride with the core. So you got a Cuff, White, Brown, Tatum, Kessler, Pritchard 6-man, Gafford, Ayo Dosunmu. We'll go Tori Yesfu, and we need a 10th man, which we can package together, honestly. I don't need Alexander Walker. I didn't really realize I already had his shooting guard. So let's package him with Santi Aldama. See if we can get a backup 4. Mitchell Robinson's still popping up, bro. I mean, Mitchell Robinson keeps popping up. I'm going to trade for Mitchell Robinson, the 1st-round pick, just because. Why not? And then I will look to maybe throw him right back out. If I could get a 4 for Mitchell Robinson, 4 Keldon Johnson. I don't really want to trade a 1st-round pick. Should I grab Bobby Portis for last year? You know what? Since we're doing a last ride at it, let's go grab Bobby Portis, man. This is kind of a last ride. Let's go grab Bobby Portis as a backup 4. I don't mind that. This is what the rotation is going to look like. Looks pretty solid. You got a 9-man here. Another 4.5 stars balanced team under Joe Mazzulla. We won 61 games back-to-back seasons. I wonder what this year 4 season will look like. Maybe we can crack 65 wins, maybe. You can generally get a good feeling about the season in the first 20 games of the season. That's why I like simming the first 20 games with y'all. As we've only lost 1 game, we put up 163 there. These top 4 guys really putting in work, man. They really are. I mean, this combination of Tatum, Brown, White, a Cuff, Pritchard, I mean, man, it's just so deadly, bro. It really is. This looks like it is going to be the best record we've had so far. We're the 1 seed in the whole entire NBA. I'm gonna see y'all boys at the end of the year. Trae Young, MVP for Trae Young in year 4. So that's something I bet y'all wouldn't expect to see in this video, but he does happen. This rookie was an absolute stud. Well, not as really good as I expected. He has an 87 overall coming in here. And he did go to one of my favorite colleges in Syracuse. Shout out Syracuse. Harden 6-man Wemby. We won Coach of the Year again. So our best record of the video so far, 68-14 for Joe Mazzulla. All-NBA first team, All-NBA second team. No Tatum, no Brown on any All-NBA teams, which is kind of insane to me. You are 6 games up on Atlanta. So again, that Atlanta team is good. You know how we do, cut it down to 9 for the playoffs, but this rotation looks really solid, man, and I'm excited to see what the stats look like on this year because I haven't looked at them. Tatum 24-75 points are down across the board for everybody. Jaylen Brown down to 23 points. Derek White still 17 points, man. I mean, how can I look to move on from Derek White if he's just going to be consistently being amazing? Pritchard, again, consistently amazing. Darius Cuff, 11-7 again. Got a little bit better, but 88 overall. You're kind of expecting a little bit more from that. Kessler, Portis was, you know, not bad. Ayo Dosunmu was not bad, actually. 40% for 3 is really solid, actually. Team stats, you have the best offense, top 3 defense, best point differential. So nothing really changed from this year to any other year. I mean, you're the best team in the NBA. You got Cleveland in round 1 once again. Should be an easy, nice breeze through series as it was last year, and we're going to be winning in 5. Philly's back in the playoffs. VJ Edgecombe, Tyrese Maxey, and Michael Porter. That is not it. With a 79 overall, Joel Embiid is most certainly not going to get you past beating us. I would hope not. At least we're up 3-2. We have a game 7 against a 79 overall Joel Embiid. So this could be the video right here if we do get eliminated. I mean, that's not good. Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe are frying. What is Joel Embiid doing? I mean, 14 points per game. I mean, that is horrendous. All right, well, Atlanta's waiting for us in the conference finals. If we lose to a 79 overall Joel Embiid, I mean, how ironic would this be, right? End the video off losing to the team that you own in real life, in the Philadelphia 76ers, and oh my god, it actually might happen. No way Philly beats you, bro. All right, thank god. They win by 3 points. That scared me a little bit. Tatum drops 41, vintage Tatum game, and you do get it done. And what else is new? Embiid playoff dropper. All right, well, you're here in the conference finals against the Atlanta Hawks again. You've had pretty sure you swept them the last time you saw them. They have the same starting 5. They do have OG off the bench, so that is pretty good. Game 1 does go to you. You go up 2-0, and I guess they're just a great matchup against us because we just have owned them the whole video. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are just so elite, bro. Just so elite. And then the NBA finals, we got to play this Spurs team again. They were what did I say, the 7 seed Spurs team? They won 47-35 and they made the NBA finals. They beat Houston, they beat Minnesota, they beat OKC. So maybe this Spurs team we do got to watch out for. That's really, really scary. You know what they team got? They have Harper off the bench once again. Same exact team as last year. Game number 1 does go to the Boston Celtics. That being said, Jaylen Brown looking for another finals MVP as they go up 3-0 here. And you're going to be sweeping the San Antonio Spurs. And well, Jason Tatum gets another finals MVP, 33, 8-6. And you know I got to look at these NBA finals stats once again, because did JB get hoed again? Nah, he did not. Tatum this time deserves it for sure. But again, bro, just the overall, I mean, Darius Cuff coming in here, 15-11. Just the team is this is an absolute dynasty here. And I'm gonna hold my word to it. I said we were gonna sim until we lose, and we haven't lost. That's a 3-peat for the Boston Celtics. That's 4 championships in the last 6 years, man. I mean, that's dynasty type shit right there. That's dynasty. And everyone's under contract too. KD does retire. I'm going to override it though. That being said, I think unfortunately this is the offseason where we do have to move on from Derek White. And I know that does hurt because Derek White is a legend and all that. We do have the 14th overall pick, which is good. So I will be drafting with this pick. Any all-star potential here. This guy's all-NBA potential. So I'll draft him. Dalen Mann, sure. Bad draft compared to last year. This guy comes in here at a 72. So that's fine. All right. So we definitely have to make some moves here. Corey Yesufu is definitely going to get a contract from us. I think he will upgrade probably this offseason. So Derek White's going to regress down into the dirt. So I think we do have to move on from Derek White, considering he is, I mean, he's only making 14 million. I could afford to take the hit and just run him back with the team, but I think that we should get ahead of the curve and look to maybe move on from him. I mean, if we can look to get a starting shooting guard for Derek White, that's pretty ideal. I'll throw him in with like Bobby Portis in a first-round pick, and this is like, we haven't done a trade in a while, and so I just saw a trade that is insane, and it's this trade right here for Dyson Daniels. If you can get Dyson Daniels on this team, I mean, how insane would that be, right? That'd be absolutely insane. Derek White for Dyson Daniels straight up. I would give you the guy we just drafted who has 3 stars trade value apparently, and then I'll give you Bobby Portis. That is a lot. That's going to get it done in a heartbeat. Okay, I'll give you Dominique Clifford. Give me a first-round pick back. White, Portis, and Nick Clifford for Dyson Daniels in the first. They're going to get that done. So not only do we get Dyson Daniels, we get a first-round pick on top of that. So that's our shooting guard locked in, ready to go, 26 years old. Backcourt is all good. Small forward position's good. We do need a backup 4. Colin Murray Boyles is a guy that I honestly don't mind playing backup small or power forward for us. And then we should be good to go. Ayo might regress, but nah, Gafford shouldn't regress. Ant goes to the Nuggets. KD goes to the Kings. Okay, so Akuff does go up 2. Tori Yesufu does go up 3, so I'm glad that we paid him. And we traded Derek White to the Atlanta Hawks, and he only went down by 1. So maybe we could have kept him around. There's a really good-looking Hawks team. We might see them again in the playoffs, and now we have Dyson Daniels on the squad, so that's pretty interesting. All right, so Darius Cuff, Dyson Daniels, Jaylen Brown, Tatum, Kessler. I'm glad we've done this video with Kessler starting at the 5 throughout it. I mean, like, he's not the craziest overall, but I mean, he's just getting it done. Pritchard, Yesufu, Daniel Gafford. I would assume our 10th man will be Colin Murray Boyles, so I'm fine with that. Probably the worst bench we've had in a minute, but we'll make it work. 4.5-star system pro, assuming it's another year as one of the best teams in the NBA, as you can already see to start the season. You don't lose a beat defensively losing Derek White. You lose a little bit of shooting, obviously, a little bit of efficiency with Dyson Daniels, but you gain probably a better defender at this point in their careers, Dyson Daniels and Derek White. All right, Jokic goes another MVP for Jokic. We did win Coach of the Year, and 66 wins again for this team. So I mean, Tatum does make another all-NBA team. So at this point, it's like, man, how many years in a row are we going to be in the top of the NBA? No team is even close to us. Atlanta fell off in the East, so we should have a walk in the park to the NBA Finals once again. Tatum 25, Jaylen Brown, Pritchard again. I just missed a consistency for Peyton Pritchard since we started this video. Darius Cuff still doing his thing, up to a 90 overall now. Dyson Daniels was good. The whole team is just really, really good, man. You got the best offense. You got a top 3 defense. It's the same thing every year. It's the same thing every single year. Chicago in round 1, I don't even care to look at their team. We are going to win in 5. Washington in round 2, haven't seen them yet. They have Cam Boozer, Alex Sarr, Trey Johnson, Jamal Murray. It's a good looking team, but we are probably better, I would hope. 2-2 series, 3-2 series, and you got a game 7. Okay, so a game 7 here to continue the run at it. Will this be the end of the Boston Celtics reign? At some point, you're going to have to lose. You feel me? Will it be to the Washington Wizards in year 5? It looks like it is, as you're down 20 heading into the 4th quarter. Unless you have a miracle comeback on your hands, that's going to be the game. And this is where the reign ends for the Boston Celtics. They get eliminated. They lose by 8 points to the Washington Wizards in the semifinals. That goes on to lose to the New York Knicks in a primetime matchup of like 2025, Knicks versus Mavs, and Jalen Brunson gets a championship in this video. So with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum being 32 and 33 years old, I think it's a perfect time to cap off this video. I said we we're going to go until we lose, and there we did loss. Okay. And in 7 years of the NBA, you get 4 championships. If you get 4 rings in 7 years, that is most certainly a dynasty. The Boston Celtics are back on top of the NBA. Really, really good stuff for this Boston Celtics team. Jason Tatum ends 4-time champion, 3-time finals MVP. Same thing with Jaylen Brown, 4-time champion, 1-time finals MVP. Rebuilding the new look Celtics with Walker Kessler is a absolute dub. I just want to cap it off, man. If you like this video, you want more videos like this, man, make sure to drop a like, drop a sub, comment down below what videos y'all want to see next. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. If you're new here, make sure to hit that like, make sure to hit that sub button, and let me know what rebuilds y'all want to see next. I'm gonna catch you boys in the next one, man. Peace out.